So this is going to be my Dragonmaid deck profile. I mostly just use it to play with my friends casually. I want to bring it to locals, but I just haven't been to one yet. Yeah, let's get into it. So first things first, we're running 3 copies of Chamber, 3 copies of Parlor, and 3 copies of Kitchen. These 3 are the main combo starters of the deck that searches out spell trap, sends to grave, and basically is just a grave dump. These 2, Kitchen and Parlor, both let you get out ladies for free, which has been a huge boon to the deck recently. It helps improve both its extension and helps get some more hands off the ground, since this is basically a 1-card combo with the normal summon, and so is this. Yeah. We're also playing 1 copy each of Nurse and Laundry. They're not really that good, but not the best in the deck, but I still like to run them. Some people don't. After this, I'm running 1 copy each of all the high levels, so 1 of Nodiarl, Lorpard, Ernest, Tinkek, and Kermba. I mostly use Lorpar and Tinkek just because they're what help you get ladies with the cards that let you send to the grave easily, Lorpar and Kitchen, so that's what I like to do. That, though I think Kermba probably has the best discard effect out of all of them. Next, for our archetypal spells, we're running 2 Changeover and 3 Hospitality. Hospitality, it's not only a special summon, but it's also a free ladies and a grave dump if you don't want to make ladies at the time. And obviously Changeover used to be the main focal point of the deck. This used to be the card to search, and it's why Chamber was really good in the past before you had ladies. But even now it's still really good, so I play 2 copies of it. Some people like to run 1, which I think is completely understandable because you would like to search this more often than you want to open it, but I think it's still good either way. Lastly, for our archetypal traps, we're running 2 copies of Tidying and 1 copy of Downtime. Tidying's really good, both as a Parlor send, and if you draw it, it's either a special summon for any maid, or it's a bounce, which if you have house open can also let you destruct, so it's a +2 in card advantage. Or is it a +1? I don't actually know. Anyways, Downtime, I don't really use that often. It's not the best, but I think it's definitely still worth running at 1 copy. It's not often you'll see it in deck lists, though. Next, for our non-archetypal stuff, we're running 2 copies of Black Metal Dragon and 2 Darkness Metal Dragon. Black Metal Dragon is just a searcher for Darkness Metal Dragon, which is 2800 body and free extension. So 1 normal summon of this is... there's no reason to not normal summon this unless you think they have Ash in hand. Yeah. Then our hand traps, we're running 3 copies of Ash, 1 copy of Nibiru, 1 Gamma Seal, and 1 Veiler. For our non-archetypal spells, we're running 1 Feather Duster, Called By, and a Triple Tech. I would like to have Thrust in here, but I am broke and trying to save money, so it's the best I can do. Shame. Lastly, for our traps, we're running 1 Imperm, 2 Solemn Judgment, and an Evenly Matched. Nothing much to say about these, they're just good cards. Next up, for our extra deck here, we're running 3 copies of Ladies. This has basically become the point that the deck wants to get to. It's it lets you special summon any of your maids from deck, so it could be whatever you need it to be, whether you want chamber to search a hospitality, you want a kitchen for a free dump, a parlor for a free dump, or if you really need a revival, you could go for a nurse or something. And it also lets you get both Sheo and House with its fusion summoning effect on your opponent's turn. So it's definitely the main focal point of the deck, and it is also kind of a big choke point if they Veiler or Impermit, so you have to be cautious of that. Next up for the fusions, we're running 3 copies each of House and Sheo. Some people like to run 2 copies of House, which I think is perfectly understandable. Most of the time, you're summoning House off of Sheo more often than not, unless you already have Sheo on field, or you have enough bodies that you think the destruction effect would be better at that moment. Yeah. Next up, our non-archetypal extra deck. We're running 1 Pisty, Seals, Triple Burst, Access Code, Closed Moon, and a Blaze. This is mostly for Black Metal Dragon. Seals is one of the main cards in Dragonmaid. It is an honorary Dragonmaid card. It's really good. Triple Burst is literally only in here because he's a Link 3 dragon that could be used as fodder for Access Code to get him to 53. So that's pretty good. Obviously, Access Code is Access Code. Huge body and destruction. Closed Moon, or not Closed Moon, Underworld Goddess is just here to deal with towers or difficult to outboss monsters. And Blaze here is just a remnant from when I had a small Dragon Ruler engine, but I removed that and I just haven't gotten any other cards from my extra deck. So yeah, I would like to replace this with an SP if it wasn't $10. So yeah. Lastly, for our side deck here, we're running 1 copy of Solemn Judgment, 1 Burner, Tidying, 2 Downtime, a Droll, Gamma Seal, Nibiru, Nurse, Ghost Ogre, a Dark Ruler No More, 2 Bell, Blaster, and Moon of the Closed Heaven. Sorry if this is really unorganized, but if you can't tell, Blaster and Burner are the very few remnants of the Dragon Rulers to still be in here. They're only here because I didn't have any other cards to put in my side deck. Same with Moon. I actually replaced Moon for a 3rd copy of Ladies, which has been much better. Yeah, this is by no means an optimal side deck. Not in the slightest. I would like to get some Mulch armies, like Perulia and Fuelos, for example, but can't, unfortunately. So yeah, this was my Dragonmaid deck. It's not the best, but I feel like I could probably win at least like a game or maybe even a match if I brought it to a locals or something. I would like to improve it in the near future, and if I do, I'll probably make an updated deck profile. So be on the lookout for that in probably like a year or so. Yeah, that's it. Bye.